Good afternoon. My name is Oidamola, and I'm a project coordinator here at RKY Careers. I will be your host for today. I promise you this session is going to be insightful, like I mentioned earlier, and you're going to learn a lot of things and also see what you would be able to do when you do decide to partake of RKY Careers Bootcamp. It doesn't matter the bootcamp. You might decide data, you might decide PM, you might decide product management, digital marketing. Each of our students gets to present whatever project they have worked on like this. Last week we had product demo for the project management students, and this week we're having data insights. So yes, regardless of our bootcamp, you will be able to develop skills that you didn't have before and learn so many things that you didn't know before. Now, getting started, before we dive in, the mother of this occasion, right, is RKY Career Group. RKY Group, right? And under RKY Group, we have different subsidiaries. We have RKY Careers, we have Apply Body, we have Limitless and Thriving Podcast, we have Limitless Without Borders, we have the Immigrant Founder Network, now that's been changed to RKY Business Hub, and we also have the RKY Digital Solutions as well. Right now, we can say RKY exists for one reason: to create opportunities. Right, it's not just for people with perfect backgrounds; it's mainly for people who often get overlooked: immigrants, international students, career changers, people like many of us in this room. Now, everything we do in RKY Group is built around helping people thrive, grow, and transition. Right, you can come from, last week I was making an example of people that have like good experience in Nigeria, that if they're in Nigeria, they'll have been able to get jobs in top industries, and they decided to like migrate to the UK, and on getting to the UK, it seems like all the experience they've spent years together is irrelevant. Or people that feel, okay, let me transition into tech. I don't want to do care work. I want a stable job with stable source of income and something that will keep me on my toes, that will challenge me, that would open my creative mind. And they are unable to get that because of lack of experience, right? RKY Group exists just for that, right? You might be thinking, what gap do you feel in your career right now? What gap do you feel in your career right now? What do you think you are lacking? Is it experience? Is it skills? Is it opportunity? Is it confidence? Right? Whatever gap you feel you're lacking, RKY Group will help you reach that gap. Right? That's exactly why we are created, right? We help you fill that gap. Now, RKY Careers is also under RKY Group, right? It's an edtech company because we offer practical bootcamps, data analysis, business analysis, project management, digital marketing, UK compliance, and much more, right? We also have Apply Body, where we support professionals with job applications. We have people that taking the bootcamp, or even some people that they've not taken the bootcamp and they have been trying to apply for jobs. It's that they are getting rejected, or they don't have the time to apply for the job. And that's where Apply Body comes in, right? We decided to create that platform to help people close that gap. So we apply for jobs, we do CV optimization, cover letter, and interview preparation. Then we have the Limitless and Thriving podcast, where insights and success stories are shared to empower immigrants, professionals, and entrepreneurs as well. And we also have the Limitless Without Borders. Like we say, we had the 3.0 this year, and next year is going to be bigger and better. So I would advise that you keep your eye out for, or your ears out for, the announcement, right? It's an event you don't want to miss, because you get to network, you get to see the CEO, see your colleagues as well that you took bootcamp together. You get to see them, you get to see people that supported you during your project. Is literally a networking and tech career event, right? We have panels, keynote speakers, and workshops, right, specifically for you, regardless of the area you're targeting, we have you covered, right? And then we have the Immigrant Father Network, now renamed to RKY Business Hub, where we provide resources, mentorship, and networking for immigrant entrepreneurs. Now, if you are thinking of setting up a business in the UK and you don't know how to go about it, you don't know how to do your business planning, you don't even know how to get your business registered, you don't know what to put in place, how to like manage the whole thing, but you have the idea, turning your ideas to income, right? You don't know how to do that, then the RKY Business Hub is for you, right? It's a 10 weeks course that our CEO will take you through, and by the end of the course, you would be able to boldly start your business. We had the first cohort, I think mid of this year, and the second cohort is going to be coming up soon. So if you are here and you find yourself in that scenario, please reach out so that you can secure your slot for the next class. We also have RKY Digital Solutions, where we offer mobile apps and website development, IT trainings, and project consulting and data analysis service. Now, all these companies are under RKY career groups and have been able to are built to cover major gaps that immigrants have in the UK. Now, RKY Careers, right? All our courses are under RKY Careers. Like we said, is a multi-award-winning healthcare company, right? The RKY Careers is like the heart of our group. We help people break into tech through practical reward boot camps. And when I say reward, I don't mean just watching videos. No, you get taught in class like normal live classes where you can ask your facilitators questions, you get assignments, you get personal projects to work on to build your skills, and you also get group projects as well, right? You're actually doing work for actually analyzing data or working on building websites for different companies, right? So you'll be building dashboard for data, you'll be writing user story for PM, you'll be managing projects for PM, and analyzing real data, right? We have over 1,700 success stories of students that have gotten hired, right? And they have gotten real transformation. We've had people that moved from healthcare to PM roles after the bootcamp. Like we deal with real results and real transformation. We just don't make up stories, right? And we have also won several awards for our outstanding work. We have been recognized for our outstanding work. As you can see on my screen, we have a couple of awards, and it's not everything that is here, right? We couldn't fit everything into this slide, but you can see our latest one of our latest one is the UK Tech Startup Finalist 2025 and the Career Support Organization of the Year 2025 as well. Our CEO was also invited to speak at the Black Business UK Network in, I think that was it last month. It should be last month, right? And there are so many more events she was able to attend and also talk about the challenges that immigrants face in the UK, right? We don't like to brag, but today we will do it a little, like, right? These awards don't just show that oh, this is the business they are in. It also proves our work and the genuine change that we make in the society, right? And then we have, moving on, we have our CEO, right, in person of Mrs. Rukayat Alabi, right? And if there's one thing I love about this company is the leadership, because the leadership understands the struggle. Now, she didn't build this company because she wanted to build it all for luxury, right? She built it from her experience. She built it from how hard seeing how hard immigrants and career changers try to navigate the job market. She has seen it, she has experienced it, and she has conquered it, right? So she founded RKY Careers and RKY Group out of her passion for supporting immigrants in navigating the job market, right? Landing their desired jobs and excelling in their career, right? I want to ask a question now. I want to believe so many people on this call know what it feels like to work hard and still feel stuck. right? You work hard, but you still feel stuck. You've tried so many things, you've kept your hand in so many things, trying to do so many things, but it still feels like you are not moving and you're constantly chasing this, constantly chasing that, the endless unknown, right? Well, that's in terms of career, right? That's why our CEO built this system, right? That unlocks people, not just train them, right? We don't just train people, we provide support till you land your dream job. And even on the job support, we've asked students that will come back, maybe they remember that this was taught to us during the bootcamp, they've watched the video and they still could not comprehend. They reach out and we always provide support to also like give them room to teach them again so that they'll be able to perform well on their job. So post job, on the job support, you have us at every corner. Okay, moving on, our training and services. We have the data analysis, like I mentioned earlier, and business intelligence. We have the project management and business analysis. We have the advanced Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint. We have the Scrum Master and Product Owner. And we have the digital marketing and the UK compliance. Now, all our bootcamps except Excel comes with CV optimization, career rebrand, LinkedIn optimization, and interview preparations, right? So when you join RKY Careers, you get benefits from all these services as well. And even as a student, if you feel, oh, I want to take another course to top up the one I've taken before, there's also a discount waiting for you and you will still get the same services, right? I like to remind you that it's not just the bootcamp, it's a full ecosystem basically, right? And everything that we do at HackAY, we designed it to remove excuses, right? We designed it to remove hindrance from people, right? So you might be thinking, oh, I don't have experience, I don't know how to use this. You will know how to use it. Most of our students went from zero knowledge, zero experience to being professionals. In our product demo last week, someone asked a question that, oh, I want to take part of this bootcamp, but I don't have experience. I can't do this thing that this student presented because they all sound so professional, like they have in-depth knowledge of it before, and it feels like I might not be able to do what they did. Now, I was so happy when the student themselves answered this question that they also did not know anything before they took this bootcamp. In fact, after the live class, they were scared of the project phase because they felt, oh, now we have to practicalize everything they've taught us in class. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? But at the end of the day, they were able to present and even use terminologies that they didn't know before, enough for another person to call them professionals. These are people that had zero knowledge, that had zero skills, and they were able to present, finish their projects, present enough for people to say, oh, these ones are professionals. So no experience, don't worry, RKY got you, right? That shouldn't be an hindrance for you to take the next step. 2025 has come to an end. We are going into 2026. So what are your plans? What are your career goals? What do you hope to achieve in 2026? Right? If you don't have any experience, we'll train you. If you don't have any confidence, we'll coach you. Right? If you don't have portfolio, we'll build one for you. So what more do you really need than to start feeling like that? Just take that step to like take part of the bootcamp, whatever bootcamp you want to go for. RKY as you covered now. So some of our IT tech services, that the tech and digital solutions we do, data analysis. We actually migrate projects as well, and we build websites for people, mobile app as well. We change management, IT project consulting, and IT training. So most of our websites that we have today were built by our students, and we also have clients websites that are actively running. As I said, real company projects, not just a project that you will build and will be kept aside. No, right? We also analyze data set for real companies, right? So all our services are geared into giving you something substantial, something um should I say evident like that you can hold that you did, right? And we've had numerous success story regarding that. We also have what we call tech accelerator programs where our students maybe have past experience in any of our bootcamp, but you need the UK experience, right? You need it on your CV because maybe you've gone for interview and they're like, oh, you're good, but you don't have UK experience. Oh, you're this, but you don't have UK experience. We also cover that gap, right? Where you join our bootcamp so that you can supercharge your entry into the tech industry as well, right? We also use Basecamp as a collaborative learning leverage for collaborating learning leveraging tech. It's a collaborative tool where I always say Basecamp interface is not straightforward per se because the interface for the laptop is different from the interface on your phone. So you can easily get confused. But if you know how to navigate Basecamp, you know how to navigate all other tools, right? So we use these as collaborative tools where you can, another tool you can add to your CV that you can use as well, aside from all the other tools that will be taught to you during the class. Now, today's data analysis project exhibition is going to be on Synaptic, digital solution and core success. That's our tech team and our healthcare team. And we also have our judges, right? Our judges, Olufemi Michael Oladipo, is a data analyst with NHS Counter Fraud Authority. Now, what if I told you these people are our alumni, right? Though Chinaza is a facilitator here at RKY, but Olufemi and Oluwaseun are alumni of RKY careers that have gotten jobs. They are working in that position, right? And they are here to judge what other students have done. So if we say, oh, people get job after a bootcamp and the likes, and you think we are making mouths, this and evidence that we have there for you. So you also get to ask them questions. Aside from the fact that they'll be giving feedback on the presentation, you also get to ask them questions, right? And every feedback they give, it's good to hold it there because they are in the field already. They've entered the job market, so they know what is expected and they know how to navigate it as well. So we also have Chinaza. She's a digital insights analyst and she's one of our facilitators here at RKY Careers. And we have Oluwaseun Daniel. Is a sales operations analyst and is also an alumni of RKY Careers. Olufemi, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. Oluwaseun Daniel, are you here?
Hi, yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. Welcome as well. Chinaza, are you here? Chinaza.
Hi. Hello.
Okay. Hi,
Yeah.
Chinaza. Good afternoon. It's nice to have you here. It's nice to have you all here. So we are going to go to the first project of the day. That's the project Global Health. And these are the healthcare team and they analyzed the data set for Core Success Medical Center. And your presenter would be Olusheye Adisa and Adejumoke Rachel Ike Michael. Please, are you here? Olusheye Adisa.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. Hi, Sheye. So you have the floor. You can share your screen.
Okay, thank you. Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Can we see my screen, please?
Yes, we can.
Right. Oh, sorry. Okay. Right. My name is Usha once again, by way of introduction. I'm representing Team Core Success, and I'll be presenting on their behalf. So these are my team members. My presentation will take the following outline. I'll be touching briefly on the introduction, our data analysis process, the insights we uncovered from our analysis, our recommendations, and our experience at the bootcamp. So, Core Success Medical Center is the medical center that provides comprehensive health services focused on preventative care, diagnosis, and treatment for outpatients. Now, our project, Global Health Compass, seeks to analyze global mortality trends and health burdens using Power BI to uncover insights that can then inform public health policy and improve resource allocation. So I'm going to be touching on the following objectives, which are one, to identify populations with the highest disease burden; two, to track mortality trends over time from 1970 to 2010; three, to analyze demographic disparities by age and sex to map geographical hotspots of mortality, and to support the WHO and other global organizations in data-driven health interventions. Now, our data analysis process, this is the analytic workflow for our data analysis. We started in SQL. We got an SQL script that contained the data that we used to create our data table. We then extracted that data into Excel, where we did our cleaning and transformation. We moved the data to Power BI, where we did our analysis, and then we did our final reporting in PowerPoint. So first on our agenda is to track global mortality trends. Some important metrics to spotlight are, first, the total number of deaths in our data set, which is 949 million. The average death rates per 100,000, which is 7,063. The total number of countries within the data set is 187, and the total number of unique years is 5, although the data spanned 5 decades, which is 1970 to 2010. So looking at the global death trend, we can see that there's the death trend is on the upward direction. We have total number of deaths globally rising from 172 million in 1970 to 210 million in 2010, which represents a percentage increase of 21.81%. Now, this trend just clearly shows growth in global population over this period. Now, suggesting that rise in deaths is driven more by population expansion than by worsening health outcomes. But conversely, we have the death rates trending downwards instead from 1970 to 2010. We can see it started at 9,842 in 1970, but gradually reduced to 4,753 as of 2010, representing a percentage decrease of 51.71%. Now, this actually suggests that there have been improvements in healthcare access, maternal care, and disease prevention. The charts under these two main charts just clearly buttresses the insights that death rates is on the decline, because we decided to show death rate trend across our age groups, and we also spotlighted Afghanistan, looking at the death rate trend in the population, infants 0 to 6 years old, and it's all clearly on the decline. Went ahead to analyze demographic disparities by age group and by gender. Now, looking at our age group distribution of our data by age group, we can see that older adults account for the highest number, sitting at 14,025. We went ahead to then look at the average death rates by age group, and infants 0 to 1 years have the highest number of deaths globally, with an average of 36,559 per 100,000 of the population. We then went ahead to do a comparison, to analyze by gender, do a comparison of the death rates by males and females. And again, we have the infants topping the charts. But looking at the disparities in male and female death rates, we have male infants, we have 41,902, whilst for females, we have the number sitting at 31,143, representing a 34.55% difference. So this suggests the need for continued neonatal and pediatric health focus. We went ahead to drill down to look at the actual difference in male and female death rates. And here you can see the figure at 10,759 for the infant group. Again, we thought to spotlight that there are actually notable differences in mortality rates between males and females. Looking at the total number of deaths for males, which sits at 256 million, compared to females, which sits at 219 million. And this represents a percentage difference of 16.89% for the males over the females. And this suggests that there are biological and social factors that actually influence survival outcomes. We went ahead to again kind of highlight the geographical hotspots of mortality, and from our visual here we can see that Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Asia are the regions that are facing higher death rates, and this suggests that there are challenges accessing healthcare as well as challenges with living conditions. We then went ahead to kind of spotlight, compare different countries, the countries that we have already identified as the hotspots of mortality, with special focus on Africa. We looked at the top 10 countries by death rates, and we can see that it's mostly countries in sub-Saharan Africa that on this chart. We looking at Lesotho with an average death rate of 13,424 per 100,000 of the population. We can also see Central African Republic and Chad, topping the list with extremely high rates across multiple groups. We also thought to look at, the death rates specifically for the age group 1 to 4. And again, we can see quite a number of countries in sub-Saharan Africa topping the list, looking at Niger with an average death rate of 5,044, which is actually one of the highest globally. We also did like a sort of comparison between a developed country and a developing one. And apologies for picking Nigeria, but I mean, looking at the disparity, we have Nigeria having an average death rate of 76,912 as compared with the UK that has 10,129 for the infant age group. I mean, that's really something to consider. This is just like a view of our data table just for users of our reports if they want to drill down further. Now, based on all of the analysis that we did, we came up with the following recommendations, which is for WHO and other global health organizations. So we're suggesting that the WHO or other global health organizations should strengthen newborn and maternal care, especially in high-risk countries that we've identified, like Afghanistan, like Niger, like Lesotho. Like for Afghanistan now, the death rate for male infants actually rose as high as 318,000 per 100,000. And this suggests that there's urgent need for better delivery services and postnatal care. We also suggest that they recommend that they address gender differences in child mortality, as earlier shown in the reports that male infants had a 34.55% higher death rates than females. So we are recommending that programs should be tailored to, understand and respond to these disparities. We're also recommending that they should focus efforts in sub-Saharan Africa, but identify that this is a major global hotspot of mortality. For example, in Niger, where death rates for children age 1 to 4 is 5,054 per 100,000 of the population. We're also asking that they expand outreach through mobile and community health services in remote areas like Lesotho and Chad, which lack access to care. And this contributes persistently to high death rates within that region. We're asking that they align health planning with population trends, as the global population is driving up total deaths. Again, between 1970 and 2010, global deaths actually increased by over 37.7 million, even though the death rate is on the decline. So our experience at the boot camp, so we're taught how to use a number of data analysis tools ranging from Excel to Power BI to Tableau to Python and SQL. But besides that, we were also taught, some of the soft skills that we will need to help us thrive as data analysts. Also, during the course of the boot camp, we worked on a number of projects, and that has helped to strengthen and refine our technical abilities. We also engaged in quite a number of group projects which encourage collaboration and has helped us to build valuable connections with our peers. Now, in addition to this, we consistently developed our presentation skills. We did quite a number of presentations on the findings of our analysis, and it has helped us to gain confidence and clarity in communicating insights. Overall, the experience was enriching. The learning materials were well crafted. The facilitators were very experienced, and the support was outstanding. And we would wholeheartedly recommend RKY services to friends and colleagues who are interested in something like this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheye. I can't see Sheye's team members. Where are you? Where's the emojis? Where's the comments? Encourage her. She did amazingly well. Thank you. So over to you, judges. Olufemi, do you want to go first?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it was a great presentation. I loved the flow of the data story. Was really nice. Was very simple. I love the use of the map visual. Map visual is always very handy with this sort of topics that you're talking about, different locations. So it's not just about, if you're talking about countries, you could literally be, picking up a particular city and you're highlighting maybe population within that particular city. You can still use the map visual. Was really spot on. The deep dive comparison between Nigeria and UK. I mean, Nigeria just been an example of developing country, and the UK being an example of developed country was also very nice. That spotlights the difference between the entire groups of developing countries and developed countries. That was also very good, and also not just limiting that to Nigeria. You also spotlighted some of the other countries in the developing countries, like the top 10 countries you had in there as well. So just a few feedback. I mean, because like I said, it was a really good presentation. You probably want to think about adding a bit more life to the colors of the visual, just so that I think was the first snipe of the dashboard. Just want to add a little bit of more life to that, to the cards and some of the trend lines. And it's also very handy that when you have a trend line and you're using legends to represent different parts of the data set, you want to ensure that those colors are easily differentiated, just so that as one sees them, you can already see that, oh, these main different set of things. Also look to use more of, I mean, you did it a lot, but I think one of them was just a list of a lot of countries. So look to use summarization for like top 20, top 15, just so that like the death rates per 100,000 across, you could see that there's a bar there where there's a list. Instead of keeping to that list, you want to just probably use the top 20, just so that forms the core thing that you're actually looking at, because obviously you will not be looking at all of the entire countries, because you just stick to what is relevant, basically. But all in all, like I said, was a really good presentation. I love the flow from the speaker, very calm, just carried us through the whole of the data journey. Well done.
Thank you, Olusha. Yeah. Before I take feedback from Chinaza, I think Yejide or Olajide. Yeah, your hand is up. Do you have a question? Oyedeji, sorry. Oyedeji, your hand is up. Do you have a question? Okay. Chinaza, any feedback from your end?
Okay. Hi. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yes. This is a wonderful presentation. Well done, Adisa. Olufemi, I think Michael. Yeah, Olufemi. He really gave lots of detail and lots of feedback on the presentation, and yeah, thank you for that. So yes, one thing I want to add, which is more like in terms of looking at the general presentation, is the visuals. I feel like we have lots of charts, lots of charts showing us the key insights and highlighting all the data and all the insights we are looking out for, right? So the only problem, not really a problem, the only chart that I'm looking at that is a bit questionable would be where we have like the all ages being very taking the most of the data, right? I still think, recommendations in terms of data collection to ensure that that particular information is also entered properly so that, things like data validation to reduce the amount of all ages being entered so that that information it's clear in terms of analysis, because now we have all ages taking the most part of the data, so we want to also add a recommendation. So yes, that is it from my end. But team call success, this was a wonderful presentation. I love the slide, by the way. It looks clean, and I love the use of colors as well you have on this report. So yeah, well done to the team.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chinaza. Daniel,
Hi.
I
So that yeah, that was a good presentation. It was good. One thing about our job is not just about building dashboard and all. Another important thing is soft skill, which is the way you've presented. This is was very nice. You able to speak clearly, and we understood what you were saying very well. It was good. The slides were very nice. For me, those simple things I just wish we could just add maybe to make in the Power BI. I think we would have used a bit of sliders as well. I think those when we build dashboards, our stakeholder they usually like having sliders, like just to be able to filter maybe between male and female, just a bit of sliders,
Okay.
would have been made, make it like the previous judge said about what she mentioned about. She said something that she was the last slide. So she was saying you should have done something. So if you had a slicer at that point, it would have probably helped, to pick between, different things and people can use it. So, but overall, it was good. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you, Daniel. Okay, just to respond to that. So we actually do have sliders, but I don't know. Unfortunately, I think in
Olushaya, can I just say something about that so so that I
okay.
can yeah. Oh, thank you for the good response. Thank you for applauding our work. We want to appreciate you for your feedback. So in the course of the analysis, we actually use slicers. We've got slides. If we can open through our Power BI interface. We can show you how we use slicers to demonstrate most of our visuals, but I don't know if there is a way we can, because for the PowerPoint presentation, we have to screenshot our graphs and all to be able to use it on PowerPoint. So I would like any suggestion or any further learning, if it is possible, to, if there is a way you can bring your slicers into PowerPoint presentation, or do you have to go back to your visuals in order to be able to display your dashboard and be able to use the slicers? Thank
To
you.
be honest, though, to be honest, that's brilliant. Then that's fantastic. Yeah, I think what they want to say is, since it's PowerPoint, the charts are very key. I just wanted to confirm that we really built the slicer in. So
Yeah,
that's the case.
we did. Yeah, we have sliders on all of our report pages, but unfortunately, I think in the process of creating the PowerPoint, maybe we didn't, include it in our screenshot or something. Yeah. So but we did make it as sliders.
That's good. Then. Brilliant.
Okay,
Good job, guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So any questions for the team or for the judges? Anything you want to know? Anyone have any question? Does anyone have any question? Or additional feedback? For those that are new, you might order presently in, I think, 16.0, and you're wondering how they were able to do all this. This is the time to ask them questions, because all the things you're going through now in the bootcamp, they've also passed through it as well. All right. And you also be able to, you also need to do all this. So if you need to ask them questions to take notes of things that they said, you can do that now.
Okay, I don't know who to ask, but I just want to confirm this is like their last project.
Yes, their last project. Aside from other projects they worked on, this is the last and final one.
Okay, and it takes like, how many months is this bootcamp? And for them to be in the last project phase, how many months?
It's 12 weeks, actually.
12
weeks of live classes and projects. Everything is together. So even while the classes are still going on, you still have group assignments, you have personal projects, and this is the general group project, like the overall that determines the eligibility to actually round up the bootcamp, right? I think it was done for 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I would say that this is actually really fantastic, even though that I won't lie, from my own end, I'm still kind of, wobbling, trying to find my feet, the whole, data, trying to transform, clean and all that. But I know that with time, I'll get there. But I mean, it's actually a very good one.
Okay, don't worry. Oluseye, do you have any encouraging word for Vivian?
Just pay attention in class, make sure you watch all of the videos. Aside from engaging in class, make sure you go back and watch all of the videos. Practice. I think that's the formula, that's the secret formula. Lots of practice. That's how you build confidence, and that's how you sharpen your skills.
Okay, right. Thank you.
That's the encouraging word I have for you. Lots of practice. Yeah.
Thank you. Just to confirm, the data that that was used to make this presentation, was it given to you guys, or did you get that?
Yeah, we were given the data.
Okay.
Yeah, we were given the data. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Shaye. And I'm really proud of your team as well. You people did not stress me, and I'm happy about that. Your team did excellently well. Before I could even come to your base camp to say, oh, you've not submitted this, you guys already did it. So I didn't have anything to stress you guys about. I didn't have anything to tag you guys about, and I'm really happy about that. It was a smooth sail. Their project was just smooth, right? And well done to you and your team as well. Thank you. So we are going to move to...
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we are going to move to the tech team. The tech team. I remember that I actually added one more person mid-project. I think they already started their meeting and everything. It was like they were already a week in, and I added one more person to their team. And they give the person a warm welcome. Imagine you already started the whole thing. One person is just joining. You don't know from where, but they still made it work, right? And they give the person a warm welcome. So I must say, I'm really like, that was really, really good, right? It was really nice of you guys. And they are going to be presenting Synaptic's digital solutions, and the project is also Project Synaptic, and this is the tech team presented by Chinelo Favor. I don't know how to pronounce your surname, so I'm just going to omit that. But Chinelo Favor, are you here?
Thank you. I'll be sharing my screen now. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, your voice is coming up. I couldn't hear you before.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, I'll be sharing my screen now. If you can see it. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
All right. Thank you. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chinelo Favor Mora. So we are the tech team known as Synaptic Digital Solution. We are forward-thinking technology consultants that provide our data with data-driven solutions. These are my team members, and our outline for today will start with introduction, objective, our workflow, dashboard, down to bootcamp experience. The marketing director and product manager asked us to provide an interactive Power BI dashboard in order to understand phone usage or data usage. They need to understand the following metrics: usage pattern, platform preferences, spending behavior, service consumption, and geographic variations. Our objectives include understand user engagement, optimize service offering, analyze platform preferences, and identify revenue opportunities in order to use it to make an informed product development. Our data were extracted from SQL Server. We exported it to Excel for data cleansing. In Excel, we grouped in the column for age into, we bin it from less than 20 years, then from 20 to 35 years. Then we have a category for 36 to 50 years and 50 years and above. Also, we found that there is a data inconsistency for the OS, which is the operating system field. So for that field, we use a phone brand to label it. Those other phone brands that are not Apple, we label it Android. While the phone brand that are Apple, we call it iOS. After that, also, because of our location or the data location, which is United Kingdom, most of the e-commerce we are spent in Indian rupee. We did a conversion to Great British Pound so that we'll have an overview, an insight of how much spent in Great British Pound. Our data, we exported it to Power BI for visualization, and we are reporting with PowerPoint today. After data analysis, we got a 17,686 total users. which show that the user base is evenly distributed across genders, while female topping the chart with 33.75%, other 33.31%, and the male 32.94%. There is also, for the geographic locations, the list is leading with 10.31%, which shows there is a higher concentration. But when you compare it to Sheffield, which is the bottom location, it's as if there is less than 1% difference. This shows that irrespective of location, every user is engaging actively is engaging actively. For the screen time, remains high for all user type. As we can see, 6.75 for the age group 20 to 35 years of age. While 35 to 50 years, we have 6.59. If you compare it with down to above 50 plus, you see that they are all within range. It shows that the highest screen engagement, there is even though there is a highest screen engagement for 20 to 35 years, all age groups spend a similar amount of time on screen. That means regardless of age, there is engagement going on. Then we looked at Android and iOS to find out which of these phone brands is consuming more data. We found out that Android is consuming at 25.4 gigabytes of data. Also, we try to given the engagement levels shows 6.55. The margin is slightly bigger than the iOS of 24.80 gigabytes to 6.52. Also, if you compare the screen time by primary use, entertainment is topping the chart with 6.60 to 6.57 for gaming, work, education, and social media. So it shows that there is even though that entertainment is topping the chart, there is equally the users that spend time on gaming, work, and education are equally competing with the entertainment. So we try to understand the relationship between streaming and monthly recharge and that of gaming time versus monthly recharge cost. So we found out that there is a weak relationship for the streaming time and monthly recharge subscription. As we can see that the trend line there is an kind of slightly upward margin is increasing, but it's not like as the screen time is increasing that the monitoring time is kind of poor. It's the same thing happen for the gaming time. It's kind of negative correlation. Instead of moving upward, the margin is started moving downward, which shows that customers who spend more time gaming tend to have lower subscription costs. Why also data usage versus monthly recharge cost, there is equally even though that the data is kind of clustered, they are all stagnated together, but there is no upward margin. So it shows it's not significant as well. It's a weak correlation. Why for among the age group, those that spend on e-commerce, as their age increases, there is a shift in focus. As we can see from the trend line, those from 30 to 50 and above started engaging more on e-commerce. So we looked at the market share. We found out that Samsung is topping the chart for the monthly recharge cost by phone brand. If you look at it, if you compare it with the phone brand market share, Nokia is topping the chart by 10.27%, 10%. These are equally showing that Android users are equally engaging more in gigabyte in their data usage as compared to Apple with among the last top 5. But if you look at it, they are still showing they are still within margin, which is 10%. It shows there is a competition, that the equal, even though there is equal distribution, that the market is competitive, sort of. So for the phone brand preference by age, we found out that users from 20 to 50, that's for the Nokia and the Xiaomi, they are within 20 to 50. Also, we found out that even though Apple is among the top 5, it's equally competing. It's equally having, it's not like the market is dominant on the Android only, that the Apple is equally competing. Because if you compare the phone brand distribution, whereby we have 90% on Android and 10% on iOS. So you see that the iOS is for Apple is equally competing high. So for the revenue opportunities, e-commerce, we found out that Bristol customers have the highest average e-commerce. They're spending £44.5, which is slightly ahead of other cities in terms of opportunity. So at least if for the phone branch, you equally target Bristol in terms of opportunity. Also, if you compare it with e-commerce spent by age group, the 36.5, as we mentioned before now, that as the age increases, as people grow, their focus change. So those in 50 and above started shopping more online than spending time on gaming or what's it called, or social media. So coming here, looking at social media and e-commerce, so we found that lower social media users, they spend most, which is 43 pounds, or 43 pounds, 91 pence. So we should focus on low medium users or re-engage high social media users with offers. While also comparing it with the monthly recharge cost and e-commerce, we can see that those age groups spend high amounts of money on e-commerce shopping online. So in order to provide the product manager, we have come up with this recommendation that app developers should prioritize optimizing application from Android platform, because we already mentioned that Android have 90% of market share. So also tailor features and services to meet preferences and needs of the key age groups. The marketing advertising efforts should be strategically focused for the age group 20 to 50 years of age, while leveraging digital and social media channels to maximize engagement, brand visibility, and conversion potential. So for those that social media users, they should re-engage them with offers. And also those that use low, for example, for the e-commerce, they should equally focus them with, for example, premium users. For those in 50 years and above. Also target high expenditure segments for those 60 to 50 years, because they are the ones that spend more shopping online. Prioritize Android first development, because the market is taking 90%. So data users should prioritize features rollout, partnership and application, and app optimization. Monetize gaming and entertainment users. That means young users less than 20 years are the most digitally active demographic. So these categories have high screen time, app installs, and recharge spent, making them perfect for premium content bundles and in-app monetization. Target users with limited social media usage by shifting market strategy for this segment towards professional platform, value-based messaging, and personalized time-efficient e-commerce experience to maximize conversion and retention. Create usage-based plans for example, use learn more for education, stream more for leisure. So our experience, RKY Careers has equipped us with practical skill through hands-on training in data analysis and business intelligence tools. We are trained on how to use Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tableau, and Python to solve data analysis to make an informed decision. We also supported by our knowledgeable instructors and staff in live classes and drop-in section on a weekly basis. So beyond the technical takeaway, what stood out most for us was the collaborative environment, engaging ideas, solving challenges together, and seeing how different perspectives approach the same data problem. We highly recommend this program to anyone seeking to enhance their skill and career opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chinelo. I cannot see Chinelo's team. Where is the emoji? No emoji for Chinelo. Tech team, where are you? Don't disappoint me. Eh? Hey, thank you. Okay, well done, Chinelo. Well done to you and your team as well. So I'm going to start with Chinaza. Any feedback? Chinaza, we can't hear you if you're talking.
Okay, please, can you hear me now?
Yeah, your voice is coming up.
Okay. All right. So, yes, Chinelo, you stopped sharing your screen. But yeah, Team Tech, that's a wonderful presentation, and I think it's quite an insightful research and analysis. You know, this I'm seeing iOS. I feel like the insight is something, you know, the market will definitely use, especially for brands that fall under each of this category. You know, they want to use these insights for their strategies and all of that. So first and first I want to state is your slides. There were some parts of it had like too many information that it was hard to grasp the exact one you are talking about. Then another feedback I want to give is in terms of your presentation. You did an amazing work, you know, being able to confidently, you know, walk us through and agreeing to even present this work. That is kudos to you, first of all, Chinelo. Well done. And I seriously, I'm not even seeing your team members clap for you, and that's sad. So yeah, thank you so much, Chinelo. So in terms of your presentation, right? I think when you are writing your in terms of content of your slide, you don't want to write too much on it so that you can avoid reading directly from the slide, right? You want to walk us through the slide by you know, you have like your key points on your slide and you are doing more of the explanation for us instead of reading parts of the slide, right? So yeah, I think those are the things I want to state. Then also in terms of your recommendation, you know, I wanted to see, because I was seeing so many insightful detail you had in terms of your analysis. Under the recommendation, I wanted to see more insights in terms of how these other brands, you know, how they can rework their marketing strategy based on all of the insights you have. So yeah, thank you, Team Tech, and again, thank you, Chinelo, for the presentation. Yeah.
Thank you, Chinaza.
Thank you. Okay, Daniel, are you still here?
Hello. Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah. Can I see the dashboard again? Sorry, the presentation again, please. Yeah, brilliant. So, first and first, that was good. You know, I think the first presentation where I talked about sliders, this is exactly what I was talking about. Which is I love this dashboard. It's really nice. Like the way you guys aligned. You know, this is what I wanted to see. I can see that what you have on top. It looks it's the filters, the sliders are very good. This first dashboard here, like it's something that I would even like to like. I've taken a screenshot of it and I would like to use it myself for what I do. It's very good, very insightful. It was nice, really. So the presentation was good. The slides were all fantastic. The heat maps, everything was good. The only thing I'll just suggest to add is maybe for some of um, the the bar charts. That's when you go to the is it platform preferences. Maybe you should have used different colors in there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, platform preferences. Yeah, or revenue opportunities. Like we should have used different colors to show different, yeah, to explain. So maybe different colors. I know would have been better, but apart from that, everything was good to me. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Olufemi.
Yeah, it was a very good presentation. I think Chinaza and Daniel have done, justice to the feedback. But like I said, very good presentation. I love the fact that there were lots of aspects to look at. There was a lot of analysis done to explore and drive out insight from the data set that you had. And I think the recommendations were very relevant and very relatable as regards the industry to which you're working on. Just a few bits to add to that is just you working with this sort of data set was a good opportunity to use some sort of correlation, find a correlation between what the market share was or what the market share is, the top players in the market share, and possibly any of the age groups or the screen time. Just some sort of correlation between the market share and some other indices within the data set. But I mean, aside that, was a really good presentation.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Olufemi. Does anybody have any question for Chinelo before she goes? Anyone at all from Project 16.0 or from those that have registered for the bootcamp, but their bootcamp doesn't start till January, or you have not even taken the step to register at all? Any questions for Chinelo? Hey, in the absence. Okay, DFM, please, you can speak.
Yeah, to the last speaker that made reference to the presentation, I would want to ask, you talked about correlation. What do you mean by correlation? Can you please expatiate? You said she should have used some correlation and so can you expatiate on what you mean by correlate? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what it is, with the market share, correlation means you want to find out what is responsible for the top players that in the market share. Why are they the ones leading the market share? Is there anything that is different within other exploratory data analysis that you've done, and they can drive out? For instance, you see Nokia, OnePlus, Xiaomi having 10.27%, 10.22%. What correlation matrix will do is it helps you to drive what is responsible for those market shares. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So are you actually compute something, to depict the correlation?
Yes. So there is a visual called matrix. If you put the columns for market share and some of the other columns within your analysis, it kind of tells you what insights you can drive from the correlation between market share and, say, for instance, average monthly recharge or brand preferences within the age group.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, thank you, DFM. Thank you, Olufemi, as well. So now, Chinelo, thank you. You can stop sharing your screen.
All right. Thank you
Well
very
done
much.
to you and your team as well. I can officially say your bootcamp has come to an end.
Thank you.
Well done. For the past 12 weeks, you guys have been amazing. So well done. Okay, so this is for Daniel and Olufemi. Now they have finished their bootcamp. What do you advise that they start working on, and how do you advise that they start approaching the job markets? Being that you have been in this situation too as well. So any insight you can give to them to take notes of?
Hi. My advice would be learning never stops, really. Like, even on the job, I'm still learning. Everyone used to keep learning. We go online, you still keep practicing, watch YouTube videos, so just keep learning, keep the fire burning. Then in terms of the job market, it's like I always tell people, it's a numbers game. You just keep applying. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged about the rejections and all. It's normal. Keep applying and keep applying, like, a lot. Just keep, and don't get scared of the salaries. I've been there before. There are times that I'll see some roles and maybe they're senior and I'll be like, oh my god, I'm scared, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yet I don't want to apply for this. But my advice, no matter how big the role is, just keep applying. Then finally, try not to use maybe one CV to apply for all roles. There are times where you might need to tweak your job description on your CV to match the job description the recruiter posted. You understand? So you have to try to tweak it all the time. Don't just use one CV, to apply. Keep changing your CV, make it dynamic. Keep changing it so you keep applying for roles. And good luck to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I hope the tech team and healthcare team that are here, you guys have taken note of that as well. Olufemi, what about you?
Yeah, I think I could say with all of what Daniel said, it's the mindset, not to give up. I mean, Oyinda, you know my story. I'm not. I didn't have it easy. I finished my bootcamp. I think that was August 2023, and I don't think I got an interview for about 7-8 months. We did that one, failed. Was also an NHS organization, but kept applying, and finally I got into the Counter Fraud Authority. So it's more like you will get rejections, and you don't let that dampen your spirits. You face those moments and you're thinking, why is everybody rejecting me? I mean, and yes, build your resume on each application from the requirements of the job description. So don't build from your own expertise. Build from what they are looking for. So that's why you cannot use the same CV for two different analytical positions because a sales analyst, a financial analyst, a marketing analyst, a fraud analyst, they're all analysts. All we're doing is carrying out analysis on data sets, but each job description will tell you the specifics that the organization is looking out for, what they'll be reviewing when you submit your CV. So build from that and practice. I remember I used to make videos myself on interviews and make the videos and then watch the videos later, and I feel like, oh, at some point I felt like I blanked out. So that practice helps you to build your confidence. I mean, the only reason why anyone get nervous in interview is for two things. Obviously, the stakes are high, and the second thing is preparedness. If you take off preparedness, you would be fine. That's just it.
Okay, thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate you and Daniel for being part of this session. Okay, so Chinelo, what will you say to those that Olisha, your hand is up.
Yeah,
I think
hi.
one other person.
Yes, I have a question. Excuse me. Can you hear me? Oh, good.
Yes, please. Sorry.
Thank you. I have a question for Michael, please. So, I want to ask, I don't know if you can just summarize for me what your typical day is like at work and what tools do you use mostly, because I'm also targeting NHS and I just want to have an idea, like what tools do you use mostly at work, and typically what's your day like? Like, right.
Yeah, that's
Did you
fine.
get my
Every
question?
day is, yeah, I do understand. I do understand the question. Every day is different. And as I'll start from the tools. As regards the tools, all of the NHS organizations are different because if you're either working with NHS Trust or you're working with an ICB or you're working with a particular hospital, they do have different tools. It ranges from Core Excel to Power BI to Microsoft Fabric to Alteryx. Some organizations use Alteryx. But like I said, once you get the foundation learning of, say, for Power BI, you know that you can walk your way around either Alteryx or Tableau because they use the same sort of methodology in terms of building visuals and driving out insight. But my typical day you could have all the plans for the day, and there might be a need to jump on another data project. So it's more or less, we start usually from just data exploration because I work with the Counter Fraud Authority, which all we do is making sure that there is no embezzlement within all of the NHS organizations across the UK, and also there is good use of cost allocation. So we're looking at savings within the NHS. It might not necessarily be fraud. It might be some of the things that is being done within the NHS that could be done better, that will then save money that will be allocated to better patient care within the UK. So a typical day will be on a data project will be just exploring the data, and from the insight of that exploration, you then find other things to chase after, to dive deeper within the data. So a typical example could be if you're seeing a particular sort of, say, consultant having an anomaly number of referrers, so that gives you, then you can then dive deeper to see what the patient's demographics look like, where are they being referred to, is it referring them to the same independent sector provider, like the private hospitals, is it referring them to a particular practice? So it's just more or less, you start from a very blank position, and from whatever insight you're driving out of the data, then you build from there, then you make your report to an investigations team, and then they look at it and say, okay, let's look into this aspect more, and then they can have a sit down with that particular hospital or trust and say, okay, we've got this data, we've got this analysis, this is what we found. Can you tell us more? Give us more data, and we just build from there. And it could turn into nothing. It could just be, clinical pathway for the patient, as long as the patient is the ultimate beneficiary of the analysis. NHS is fine, and it could lead to prosecution. It could lead to court cases. It could go anywhere. So you don't know until you start. That's what my typical day is like.
Okay, thank you so much. That's so detailed. Thank you, Michael. Okay, so we have Sheyi Adeyemi.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, yeah, so I just wanted to ask your advice on LinkedIn optimization. So for someone who, I'm a beginner data analyst, and then I'm trying to optimize my CV, maybe upload my projects as well, or the link to my portfolio. And then the work I currently do, I have most of my workers, my co-workers and my colleagues there. So if I'm going to have to start getting jobs in data, I need to have something that shows that I've been working in data. So if I decide to, update my LinkedIn and things like that, and my co-workers, my manager, in fact, I have my CEO as well on LinkedIn, and they see all those things. When they start asking me, how come you're a data analyst, so how do I, optimize my CV, my LinkedIn in such a way that recruiters will have to start reaching out to me for data analyst roles? So that was the question. I don't know if you get the question.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, Michael, you want to go? You want to answer that, or should I?
Yeah, you can go for it.
Okay, thank you. So for that, how do I put it? Now, RKY Careers will give you an experience as a data analyst, right? But we always advise that people put voluntary in front, because it's a voluntary experience. We're not paying you for it, right? So, and I don't think there's any rule against volunteering for organizations, right? As a matter of fact, some companies, they even require that you have a voluntary experience, right? It depends on the company. So if you are, once RKY does your LinkedIn for you, right? And there's this banner on LinkedIn that says, oh, is he looking to hire or hiring? No. Open to work. Yes, open to work. There's a setting on LinkedIn that you can change it, that it will only be open to recruiters. It will not be open to any other person except recruiters, right? You can put that setting there. Then you can always leave your present work place there, but make sure that your RKY experience, it carries voluntary. So if your CEO, your boss sees it, they'll know, oh, you're just volunteering for this organization. It's not like you're working for them. You understand? And then your LinkedIn bio doesn't have to be your present job. Everybody knows LinkedIn is about packaging. I don't know if I'm saying the wrong thing, but you will see people that they will call themselves CEO, something, and they don't own a company. They've never been a CEO, right? Or you have to package yourself in a way that would attract people, recruiters, enough to come to your profile. And that shouldn't be a problem to anybody, like regardless of whether you're working with them or not, right? It's just all about making yourself sellable to recruiters. So if you decide, let's say for example, you're working as a customer service representative. As a customer service representative, you deal with data related stuff, right? That's client's information. So you can, if you say customer service representative, data analyst, blah, 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 it still goes, right? The only thing is that you have to be careful not to make it seem like you are working for another organization when you have a commitment to one already, which is why I think on your CV, once RKY does your CV, the first experience will be RKY experience, right? or you can always change it once you are done with your LinkedIn optimization. You just change it and put voluntary, so that when anybody sees it, there won't be any contradiction and the likes. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, so you're saying on LinkedIn, yes, that answers my question. But I just want to clarify. That means I can show that on my LinkedIn, but I need to put in front of it that it's voluntary. But I don't have to put that
Yes.
on the CV that it's voluntary, right?
You
It
don't have to
doesn't.
put on the CV that is voluntary.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Vivian, your hand is up.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so my question is for Michael. Whilst you were waiting, you said it took you time before you got your role, like 7 months. Just to confirm, what exactly, in preparation, hoping to get something, what exactly were you doing? Were you doing something related to the role you got presently? Or, I don't know. I just want to know what you were doing in preparation. I know you did mention that you were, making a video, of more like preparing yourself for interviews. But aside from that, is there any other thing you were doing, like any voluntary jobs or roles apart from the one that RKY Careers offers? Is there another thing you were doing?
Right. Yeah. So basically, I was working with Barclays Bank before I moved to the NHS as a um, an anti-fraud um, customer service. So that was my role. But then, because with RKY, I think you have your access to your dashboard for a year, isn't it, Oinda?
Yeah. Yes.
So with that access, so obviously I missed out on some of the lessons. So it was more like I played catch up on all of the videos. I had Power BI on my own personal laptop. There are websites that you could go on to download pseudo data sets. So I did that, got worked on pseudo data sets just to like polish my Power BI and other skills. Still continued watching YouTube videos on Excel because, like I said, because I knew from the start that different NHS organizations use different tools. A lot of them use Excel, especially within NHS trusts. A lot of NHS trusts just stick to Excel because for some reason they are more comfortable using Excel. Maybe for reporting you can just hit a bit of Power BI, but those will still be within the job description. So it was just me getting engaged, not staying off that data analyst journey, just constantly getting engaged because you would think that you will have time when you get an interview to just brush yourself over again, but you might not. So you just like staying within that engagement, ensuring that you're ready whenever the opportunity comes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And also to add to that, because on your LMS, you have access to all the data set for each industry: marketing, HR, tech, health and care, finance. So you can actually go and pick data sets from there as well and analyze on your own just to see if you can do it. For example, Chinelo is for tech, right? She can decide, oh, I already did for tech. Let me try to do finance. Let me try to do health and care. Let me try to do sales and marketing or HR just to see if I can figure it out. So I think it was Daniel that said it, learning never ends, right? You have to constantly keep learning, keep practicing as well. Okay, I think that is that. I will just share my screen now to finish. Okay. So please, if anybody's hand is up, I might not be able to see. Okay, I think I'll be able to see with this. Okay, so let's move on. So our students, well, I think today's presentation already did justice to this slide. Our students go from zero to hero, and that's because we provide, I mean, we pride ourselves on turning our students to professionals, right? The bootcamp is very intensive. Nobody said it's going to be easy, right? It's very intensive. You have classes, especially for data, because you're learning a lot of tools. We have new additions now. Before we didn't do Python, now we are doing Python, right? So things are evolving. There are new things you will learn. And because we want that at the end of the bootcamp, students, each of our students, especially those that put in that effort to participate, watch the recordings, even if they miss classes because of maybe work or one thing, they can always go back to watch the recording. We want that at the end of the bootcamp, they can confidently say, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that. Right? Now, when Daniel was talking about slider, right? If Sheye and Jumoke did not use it, or they don't even have an understanding of what that is, they will be confused, right? They'll be like, what is slider or the likes? But they were able to come and say, oh, we actually used it. We just did not do this. We just did not do that, but we did use it, right? So and that's because they paid attention. They like paid attention to what they were doing, they learned, and they are able to defend it. So regardless of the experience or the background you are coming from, as long as you can make up your mind that I want this, you work towards it, right? And you put in the effort. Yes, there's time is limited, you have work, some of you guys are married, you have children you have to take care of and still go to work. But if this is something you want, you make time for it. And there is nothing that comes easy. Even when you order something and they are delivering it to your doorstep, it takes energy for you to stand up from where you are sitting to go and pick it from your doorstep. And even if you want someone to pick it up for you, it takes energy to call out to the person, to tell the person that please pick that up. So there is nothing you want that you will not do something for. And in this situation, you want to be a data analyst, you want to know how to use these tools and skills, and you want to have skills to be able to present the way these beautiful people did today. You have to do something. You have to put in that effort, that energy, right, to be able to get something back in return. Okay. These are some of our students. We always advise that when our students build their dashboard, they should post it on LinkedIn, even before the optimization, right? This is because it will attract recruiters. Imagine you use Power BI, you build a dashboard with Power BI, and you decide, oh, let me post it on LinkedIn. It might be that particular dashboard that would make a recruiter say, oh, I like this dashboard. Let's say, for example, Daniel is a recruiter, and they are looking for maybe a data analyst in their company, and he sees the way he saw Junelo's dashboard, that can give him an idea. Oh, I should get this girl's contact. Maybe she can come for an interview for the role we have with a company. That's how things work. The least things you think doesn't matter are things that matter. You don't know what you post on your LinkedIn that would make someone see you, right? LinkedIn is a very big platform, right? Different people and the likes. So there are some people that it was after they optimized their LinkedIn and the way they posted the project they worked on, recruiters reached out to them in their DM. We have someone that after the LinkedIn optimization, she posted this thing. She's also a data student. I remember her very well. She posted a dashboard, the Excel dashboard they did, and the Power BI stuff on her LinkedIn. And immediately after they optimized her LinkedIn, right? Because our LinkedIn optimization comes with few job applications. So if once you guys start getting your CV and they're optimizing your CV, you start seeing maybe job application that you didn't apply for, know that it's for us, right? Now, one of the jobs that was applied for, she got an interview through that application, right? And then another recruiter also reached out to her as well. So you don't know what you put on your link, what you put out there that would make people see you, that would make recruiters see you, that, oh, I want this person on my team. This person, I think this person will be a great addition to the company and the like. So put yourself out there. you are currently doing Excel in your bootcamp, create the dashboard. You'll be divided into groups. Volunteer, do the tasks, take a screenshot of the dashboard, write some, LinkedIn, you have to be able to speak big English. So write English and post your dashboard on LinkedIn, right? And tag who you know, tag RKY careers so that you can connect with their network and any other person that you feel, oh, should see this. Because once you tag one person, automatically everybody on their connection list will see it, right? Because you tagged them. And that's how you get to like put yourself out there and the likes. These are what some of our students posted, right? And you can see, in fact, this person is a PMBA person, not even a data person. So you can see how our bootcamps, we always make sure that there's always something you can do to put yourself out there. Now you might be wondering, why should I transition to tech? I can tell you firsthand that tech, not just tech. AI is tech, so let's just say tech. Tech is like the way to go now, right? Companies are looking for people that are fast in tech, be it product managers, product owners, project managers, business analysts. You see some roles, some project managers, where they will ask, say, you need data analysis experience. You see some digital marketing roles and they will tell you you need data analysis experience. Even compliance, that you be think, oh, compliance, you don't need data analysis experience for that. You see some roles and they will put it there. Data analysis experience will be an advantage, right? So it doesn't matter what industry you are going into. Everything still links in one way or the other, right? And everything still falls on that tech, basically. So now there's a demand in the job market, right, for people that have this this tech skills and can help build how, like, they can help build systems, they can help analyze data, they can help make the operations of a business better, right? We have there are diverse fields under the umbrella of tech. Like, I've mentioned different people. Now look at Daniel. Daniel is a sales operations analyst. It still falls under tech, right? Olufemi is a data analyst. It also still falls under tech. You might be thinking NHS is hospital. I'm sorry, it's not just hospital. It still falls under tech. Look at Chinaza.
Yes, Onida.
You see, so he confirmed it still falls under tech too. So if you are thinking, I have just healthcare experience, do you know that there are some jobs that when you apply for, I remember this week, wanted to apply for a job and they mentioned, one of the criteria they mentioned is the person must have worked in NHS before. And they kept it in bracket. It doesn't matter the role. Like, so even if you have worked in like maybe your healthcare position, right? But it is in NHS and you take the data analysis book and you want to apply for that kind of role, you have a good background already. One, you have the experience as a data analyst. Two, you have the NHS experience as well that they are looking for. So you can go ahead to apply and you stand a chance of getting an interview, right? So there are diverse fields that you can go into under the umbrella of tech, right? And the salary too is competitive. I think it was Olufemi that mentioned that you shouldn't allow. Yeah, Michael, you can speak, please.
Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that because in my team we have a pharmacist that transitioned into a data analyst and is doing so well. He recently had a promotion to the position of a senior data analyst. So like you said, it doesn't matter what the position is. If you're looking to be or work in an NHS organization, it really doesn't matter. In fact, you have an edge over a non-health professional than just a tech person because of how wide the NHS is. Understanding because I mean, I had I had a computer science background, but I've never been anything within the health sector. So it took me a while to then first understand all of the clinical terms, because now I'm learning about particular ailment. It's not those big medical words. I'm having to deal with them. So if you're here already in health sector, you're already like one step ahead, basically.
Okay, thank you, Michael. See, so I'm not the one that said it now. It's Michael that said it, right? Because he has been there, he has gone through, he has experienced it. So he's telling you from his own experience and perspective, right? Thank you so much for that, Michael. Also, tech opens you to flexibility and remote work, right? It gives you the opportunity to sit in the comfort of your home, in your pajamas, and still work. There are even some roles you will see, they'll tell you work from anywhere, right? So, I mean, I don't see why you want, like, if you have so many, this much opportunity and benefits to transition to tech, what is delaying you? What is like holding you back? You have the opportunities, you have you will have the support, right? And at the end of the bootcamp, you will be more skilled than when you started the bootcamp. Right? You also get global opportunities. You know that as a data analyst, right? You can also apply for what's the name of this visa? Global talent visa. Yes. You know, you can like, especially with you can use technician or this nomad. I've forgotten the name, but you have global opportunity, right? Because of that experience. And you continue learning because this trend changes. It's not the same way they analyze data sets in 2020 that they are doing now. It constantly changes. So continuous learning and development. You also have access to visa sponsorship. Oh, they even already get global talent visas and digital nomads as well. So yes, there are so many benefits for you when you transition into tech. Okay, so NHS, I think Michael has done justice to this, so I don't really need to talk on it, right? And yes, all our bootcamp are AI powered. Every single one of our bootcamp, data, PM, compliance, digital marketing, Scrum, there's an AI module that was integrated so that the student can have better experience and exposure to AI tools, right? And they can also use that when they go for interviews because companies are now really looking into AI. They're adopting the integration of AI. So if you have knowledge of it, that's another chance. You have an high chance too of getting a job with that as well. So yes, we have success stories, including visa sponsorship. We have some of our students that have gotten visa sponsorship after the visa sponsorship jobs after the bootcamp, and it will amaze you that like these people, they either did not have any related background with what they transitioned to, and they were still able to get a job. So if you even have related background, if someone that doesn't have related background can secure a job, how much more you that have related background? You just have to put the work, you just have to put the energy and the time and sacrifice it, right? So this is one of our students on LinkedIn as well. And these are some of our success stories. Okay, so these are some of our success stories. As you can see, we try to fit in as many as we can, and yet it needs to contain everything. These are more success stories as well. And yeah, as you can see. So this is to show you that we are not here to just make mouth and brag. These are reviews from our trust pilot. I mean, you can't fake reviews here, right? These are reviews from Google as well. Now, our perks for taking part of our bootcamp, right? We have the live expert-led training. We have the acquire skills and techniques, CV and LinkedIn optimization. You have competency tests, but there are quizzes on your dashboard that you have to like do, and then you'll be graded. You have interview preparation, you have the project delivery, post bootcamp support. I think I mentioned that in the beginning of the session, right? We have access to LMS. You get UK job reference. You get a globally recognized certificate of completion, right? And you get position for business sponsorship, six-figure jobs, global talents, and digital nomad visa. And you also have access to post bootcamp training for our alumni. We have trainings. This year we did AI, we did Python, we did cyber security, and we also have another one coming up before the end of the year, right? So if you are our students, this section is always free for our alumni or our students, right? They get to partake of these as courses, short courses that you can take to add to your skills and to your CV as well. And yeah, I think this is also one of our students. Personally, I know this person, right? He finished from 6.0 data 6.0, and he has also gotten a job as a data analyst as well. And as you can see, so another person, Christiana, as well. And now you might be wondering, okay, how much is this bootcamp? Originally, if with all the benefits our bootcamp offers, we are to actually like give you a particular price, we'll probably say around £2,000. But yeah, that's a lot, right? We want to give something that will be easy for people to do, like pay for, and still get as much benefit as they can, which is why our bootcamp goes for £599. But because of the end of the year promo, we have the RKY Black Friday discount and we cut it down to £400, and you can still pay in installments, right? You don't have to pay the £400 at a go. You can pay in installments. You can use our flexible installment payment plan, Klarna, ClearPay, PayPal, Pay Later, or you can pay in installments to our pounds account. If you're in Nigeria, there's also a Naira account for you as well. You just need to do that, and also contact admin. Please drop the payment link, discount code, and the WhatsApp number they can contact. And you can also drop the bookings mail so they can send the mail once they make payments as well. So yes, we have our bootcamp start date because we want to give people opportunity to like look deep into our bootcamp and decide for themselves. I'm also positioned for themselves for the year 2026. We moved our bootcamp that is supposed to start this month to January, right? So that once people decide, they can easily just pick it up from the beginning of the year. And before you know it, they are done with the project. They are done with the bootcamp. So we have our MS and UK compliance bootcamp starting on the 10th of January. We have the project management and data analysis starting on the 17th of January, and we have the product management and digital marketing starting on the 24th of January. So if you have not secured your slots, please do so now while the discount is still on before it ends. £400, and you can still pay in installments as well. So yes, you can pay one time, you can pay installments, you can use pay later, right? Our upcoming events are read it out for you, and our bootcamp are starting as well, right? And then you can also join the Tech Accelerator program and also use our apply body service, where after the bootcamp you might not have time to apply for job. To do that for you, we help you to apply for job. You want to refer someone to RKY Careers, you can always join the affiliates RKY affiliate program, right, where you register, and whoever you want to refer to RKY will use your link to make payments, and you get up to £50 for each sign up, right? Alicia, your hand is up.
Yeah, okay. It's regarding the apply body service. So I didn't drop my question in the chat. I just wanted to know what the what the cost implication. Sorry, what the cost implication is, because I know it's like a complement of different things. You mentioned CV LinkedIn optimization, but in a case where it's just basically the job application service that you need, like, so how much, Like, what's the cost implication? Basically, that's just my
Okay,
question.
so we have the job packages comes with normal job application, then NHS and civil service. The normal job application has different packages under. We have the basic, the standard, and the advanced. The basic is 50 jobs for £75. The standard is 100 jobs, I think, for £100, and then the 150 jobs for £150, if I am correct. Just a minute, so I don't give you the wrong information.
Is there any discount for alumni?
I will have to ask the management. I will ask the management for that. Or yeah, let me just ask the management. I really do not know. Yeah.
So, but is the NHS and civil service service now? Is that one, is the cost implication different from, because you said 50 jobs, 100 jobs, 150 jobs? So.
Okay, so the NHS, as you know, the NHS job is different from the normal job application. Normal job application is applying to any company, any industry, right? But NHS is specifically to NHS, specifically to civil service, and that's the different package entirely. We have the 10 jobs, like, right? This is under NHS and civil service. 10 jobs which goes for £150, and the 20 jobs which goes for £250. So yeah, I think that's the correct price. I was correct. Yeah.
Sorry, just to confirm, is it to the point
Alright,
of getting an interview?
Yes. The goal of the application is to ensure you get an interview, right? There's also, because we don't have affiliation to any of these companies, right? We have an AI tool that ensures that each job we apply for matches your experience. If we don't get up to like 85-90%, we don't, even if you send us the link that, oh, I would like to apply for this job, if we match it with what we have based on your experience and it doesn't align, we either tweak and make sure your CV aligns, the CV we are going to submit. And you know, NHS, you can't upload CVs, right? You have to, there's a way you fill the form, right? When you had your experience, even civil service as well. Civil service, there are some jobs that you apply for that they will tell you they just want your experience. You don't put your name or any personal information. If I don't know how many people have applied for civil service jobs there, so they will tell you first, don't put your name or any personal, just your experience. So whatever we want to do, we'll make sure that experience we are putting aligns with the job you're applying for. So if we have a CV that, okay, when we matched it, your experience with the job description, it gave us something like 80, which means it still matches, right? But we want something 90. We don't want something 80, because if you match 80, there are people that also match 90 and above, right? So we make sure we tweak, just like Michael and Daniel mentioned, you don't use the same CV. So we make sure we tweak that experience to fit the job so that you stand a chance. And you know, NHS, one thing I heard, I think someone mentioned it, that and then when you apply for NHS job, if you get a feedback before the end of a week, then just know that they didn't really consider you. But if after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you've not gotten a feedback, it means you probably passed the first and second shift. And when you now get a response that maybe it's, they didn't pick you, it's because you passed first and second shift but didn't make the third shift. Does that make sense? And there are times that you pass first, second, third, and you get an email for interview, right? Sometimes we apply for jobs that some people we are applying, they'll say, oh no, I cannot do this. But the job is relatively simple and they'll get interviewed for the roles. The job is relatively simple and they'll be wondering, oh, but I cannot do it. That's where our interview preparation comes in, right? We have recording links in place that will send to people that have interviews to watch, right? Because our job is to make sure you secure an interview, right? Give you the proper support that we can give you, and then check up to see how the interview went. Does that answer your question, please?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so just going to wrap up. It's already 2 and past that time. So yes, if you are interested in watching the replay, you can always watch it on our YouTube channel. TFM, your hand is up.
Yeah, what you just explained, I want to understand just some in few words. You help in advanced application for job, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then it's for a price. I didn't really know
What did you
about that.
say?
I mean, it's for a price. I mean, you have to pay for that aside the
Yes.
payment for the training we've done.
Yeah, because Apply Body is different from they're all under the same group, but it's a different company on its own.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oyinda, sorry, before you wrap up, I feel like you should try to discuss with the management. There should be some sort of discount for people that are already, in the boot camp for things like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. And there will be an announcement. We always announce everything. So you will see that we'll drop messages in your group announcing the discounts and the likes. I'll discuss with the management. So I think that brings us to a close. Okay. Yeah, your hand is up, please. You can ask your question. I don't want to spoil your name. That's why I did not pronounce it.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, sorry, afternoon. I just want to ask a question. First, what time are the lectures scheduled for? The classes, what time are they scheduled for? Then, secondly, how many installments are allowed? And then, thirdly, what time is the class starting? Is it January, if I heard correctly?
Yeah. Can you come again with your second question?
Okay, I'm trying to ask what are the specified time for the classes, for the days for the classes and the time.
Okay. So the classes are weekends, Saturday and Sunday, though you have, because it is data, unlike PM that we have 7 weeks of live classes, 8 weeks of project phase. Data is not like that. It's 12 full weeks of live classes, right? And then you have what we call drop-in session. The drop-in session is a session where our facilitator gives you like a brief summary of what was taught in the weekend class and a brief intro into what will be taught in the next class. And you get to join to ask questions about something you don't understand, or maybe you will watch the recording and you don't understand a certain thing, right? That is what the drop-in session is for. And we have that on Thursday. We also have that on Saturday afternoon, right? Then you still have the normal evening class by 5 to 7 p.m. UK time, right? Saturday and Sunday. And the course runs for 12 weeks. The next bootcamp is starting January 17th.
All right, thank you very much. Then the last question is installments. So how many installments are allowed? Because I heard right that you can use the Klarna and ClearPay.
Yes.
So just want to know how
I
many.
think Klarna and ClearPay, when you use that, we get paid in full. You now pick how you want to be paid, Klarna or ClearPay. Like, is it 6 months? Is it 4 months? Is it 3 months? Depending on what you want.
All right.
But if you are paying with direct transfer to the bank, it's always 2 installments. You pay half before the start of the bootcamp and then half like maybe the end of the first month or before you enter your project phase, basically.
All right, no worries.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I think that's fine.
Yeah, you're welcome. So that brings us to the end of today's session. And thank you for joining. I can't wait to see you all in class. And for those that are already in the bootcamp, I can't wait till you start your project. That's when you see me. For now, I'm still in the shadows monitoring. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye.